Alright, Motorman here. I'm getting the bike ready. It's Wednesday night. I'm going to be taking a ride over to Daytona for bike week tomorrow morning. I put this case I've had for probably 20 years on there because I probably have to buy some stuff and I needed a place to stash my helmet. While we're walking around, I'm planning on heading over to the Speedway, and I'll leave about 7 in the morning. Daytona is about 155 miles, so about a 3-hour ride or so. Going to be taking all the back roads, and I'm going to be meeting with Marianne and Tim Hamilton, who you've seen in all my videos, and they also run my class down in Miami, the Ride Like a Pro class down there. They'll be riding over with me. Once I get to the Speedway, I'll take some pictures as well. And I want to show you something here. This is a police box that I'm about to paint, and you know, it's all in the prep. I found that if you do a good job prepping, well, it comes out pretty good. I found rather than buy the Harley Davidson paint, which I think if you get a can of Harley Davidson paint it's like $7,000, something stupid. So I went to the auto parts store and I matched up some paint. I'm going to give you a close-up of this. It's pretty close. It may be a quarter of a tone off, but I plan on, once I paint that box, it's going to be sitting up on top of the rack over here, so it's not exactly up against the paint. So if it's not a perfect match, you really will not be able to tell, but I think this is going to work out pretty good. But if it doesn't, you know, I spent $6 for the can of paint and another $6 for the clear coat, so no big deal. I might have to break down and actually buy the paint from Harley, but even that could be off a quarter tone easily. So 7 in the morning, I'll be heading out, and I'll meet up with Marianne and Tim about 40 miles north of here. They're up in Floral City, and then we'll head over to Daytona. I've got a camera mount on here, so I'll put my GoPro right on this mount, take some pictures on the way. We'll be taking all the back roads. Won't be needing to get on I-75, and you'll see that there are some pretty nice roads, especially between here and Daytona. Till tomorrow morning. I left early in the morning, and it was probably about 50 degrees, which is a little chilly here for Florida. But I knew it was going to be up in the mid-70s by the end of the day, so I dressed properly. And I know if you're from up north, you're still freezing up there. But, well, I know how it was. I'm originally from New York, and the reason I left was 1977 was a brutal winter. And I came to Florida and never looked back. Here we could ride 12 months out of the year. Of course, the summertime, we have 6 months of summer where it's 95 degrees. It does get kind of warm, and you want to keep your riding to the early morning hours, or once the sun goes down, it's not too bad. Here I'm heading for Marianne and Tim's house. Of course, I went right by their home. Had to make a U-turn. It's a good thing I knew how to make a U-turn. This is Floral City, Florida. Marianne and Tim have a rental home up here, and they park their RV there, and if the home is rented out, they just stay in their RV. And they've always got a few dogs hanging around. They've had, I don't know, 5 or 6 dogs, maybe more since I've known them. And what happens is, for some reason, stray dogs show up at their home in Miami. They're such wonderful people, they'll always take the dog in, check it for a chip, bring it to the vet, and becomes their dog before you know it. And oddly, as one passes away of old age, another one shows up. It's really a strange thing, but they love it. I'm a dog lover myself. I hope you are. Right now we're talking about getting on the road, what route we're going to take. We're going to take all the back roads. There are some nice back roads here in Florida. No question about it. It's not all straight and flat, though almost that way. But here where I live, it's in the central part of it. Especially heading east, we find some of the nicest riding roads in the state of Florida. Some minor curves and some hills. By now it's already warming up, probably in the mid-60s. And by the time we got to Daytona, it was probably 75 degrees. Tim is always looking for a shortcut. He wanted to avoid the traffic on Speedway Boulevard, so we approached the Speedway through the back and made it right through checkpoint 1. You're not supposed to be back here, but we took a chance. Cleared checkpoint 1 easily. Didn't even stop us. Checkpoint 2, yeah, not so much. Pretty much they said, get the hell out of here. You belong around the front of the Speedway where all the traffic is, and that's where we wound up. Though I have to admit, in years past, Speedway Boulevard, otherwise known as 92, would be absolutely bumper-to-bumper jammed with motorcycles, but wasn't that way this year. Crowds are definitely down. I attribute some of that to sales on over the internet. So many companies are selling over the internet. People feel they don't have to actually show up where the vendors are. In addition, any place where there are vendors in Daytona during Bike Week, they charge a fortune to be there. So much so that it's really not profitable anymore. I know at one time we had a spot over at Destination Daytona where we could perform our shows, and they gave us the spot for free for 3 years in a row. It worked out very well. And then, 2 years ago, they decided to charge us $10,000 for a 50 by 75 spot, I believe we had. And of course, we make DVDs. There's no way to make a profit doing that. We'd lose a ton of money, plus the expense of staying over there. If you stay in a campground, they're looking to get $200 a night just to park your motorhome. I was asking Mary Ann why she didn't just badge the guy at the gate.
All right, here we are in Daytona. We're at the Speedway. We made it here. Pretty good time. Took a lot of back roads that I'd never been on.
Sure.
It was sort of a tour of the city. Normally it's 145 miles from my house, I guess, and I think we went 197 miles, but we did make it here. And we're going to do some walking around. We'll take plenty of video. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of windy out, so if you get that wind noise, I'll expect to see all the whiners on there mentioning that. I can't help the wind, but it is about 75 degrees. With that wind, probably the wind chill factor is 74. Got probably about half the amount of vendors you usually have here at the Speedway, but that's because they charge people so much for these spaces here that it actually doesn't pay to come here and show your products when you got to go 9 days before you even make a profit, up to 10 days, and if it rains, you're screwed. So they've actually priced themselves out of the market. Crowds are down as well, and that's probably due to the hotels charging $500 or $600 a night with 5 and 6 night minimums. They're ruining Bike Week. Greed is ruining Bike Week. All right, looks like Marianne got hooked on something.
What this is there's different people over there. They want to get your email. And so they tell you that if you give them your email, you have a chance of winning $100, a gift certificate for $100. They don't tell you what the gift certificate is for. But the point is, they want your email so they could just spam the crap out of you for as long as you live. They'll fill up that spam folder 24/7. So never give out your email to anybody in Daytona.
We got some people playing up here for a chance to win $100. They're playing for free.
And of course, it's free to play. But if you don't give me your email, you're not going to win that $100 gift certificate.
Looks like they got Tim as well.
If you download the app, you can.
What do you have to do, Marianne?
Let her explain. So she gets 5 balls, each hole is a different point system. Basically, she has to beat the high score of 1225. Think she can do it?
Has anybody ever done that before?
Yeah. People have gotten 2300.
Wow. There you go. So there's a chance.
So I think it's possible for you to do that.
Stop on by rumbleon.com. You guys want to play this game right here? It's a chance to win $100. Well, you can play again. You do want to play?
Well, we're young enough to enjoy
Play
it.
again. I'm giving $25 to the next person to get a
I'm going to run out of battery on this camera.
It's easy. You just
Throw the
rotate
freaking
the
ball.
balls at the board, and we try to give you money. Yeah, it's really straightforward. You guys want to give it a shot? Yeah. Come on. We'll get you in there.
All right, she got one in. See if Tim does any better. I think it's supposed to go in one of the holes, Tim.
Jackpot. You get the jackpot? Great, you got 100, Marianne. Yay! Good try.
Does it count if it bounces before it goes in?
That's a, probably a bounce. It doesn't matter how it gets in.
You guys want to give it a shot? I'm giving $25. Over here at Rumble On, we've got some people playing for a chance to win $100 right up there on the stage. That could be you. Come check it out. All right, we got some people up here trying to win $100. It's free to play. You guys want to give it a shot? Yes, come on over. Oh, and you got a chip? Oh, you're going in the cash cube, huh? Oh, they both have cash cube chips. That's awesome. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this cash cube fired up.
You win $100 gift card.
We got it.
All right, we spent probably a couple of hours over at the Speedway, and now we're going to head back home. Almost 80 degrees now. It's a great ride back home. Put on the mesh jackets, got our helmets on, and we're ready to go. Now, if you were expecting to see dancing girls or topless girls on bikes on Main Street, I know enough to stay away from Main Street. It's just jammed with motorcycles. Bikes get hot. Cops all over the place. Drunken people. I tend to stay away from those places. I've gone there in the years before, one or two times, and that was enough for me. Great ride back home on these country roads. The only problem is if you get a slowpoke in front of you, well, there's almost no way to pass them. You're just stuck. And it always seems that the best curves in the road, that's when you got the slowpoke in front of you blocking the lane. Going 10 miles an hour under the speed limit with the blinker on, so you're afraid to pass them because you don't know if they're going to turn right in front of you. It's about 2.5 hour ride from Daytona back to my house. It was a great day ride going over there and back rather than staying over and spending all that money for a hotel. Plus, most of the places will not allow you, even if they have the hotel's not vacant, they won't let you stay there for one night unless you pay for the 3 or 4 night minimum. It's crazy, but that's what they do. All the campgrounds are as full as possible. You got to make reservations 6 months in advance to pay $150 or $200 for a campsite. Here I'm saying goodbye to Marianne and Tim. I'll be seeing them next month at the Leesburg Bike Fest. They'll be performing with us, by the way, if you haven't heard of that. It's a great event. actually better than Daytona. Everything is in one area, maybe 8 or 10 blocks long, and they get 250,000 people there. Here I am heading down my street hunt about somewhere around 5:15. So I'm back at home. It's about 5:15. Left this morning at 7 a.m. Met with Marianne and Tim, rode over to Daytona, walked around the Speedway, and then rode on back. It was a beautiful day, great day for a ride. I enjoyed it, and I got a couple of things that I needed. I got some lights from Custom Dynamics. In fact, that's the main reason I wanted to go over the Speedway. I called Custom Dynamics and looked at a few things on their website, and I wasn't sure exactly what I needed, so I found them over there, found out that they were going to be there. I found their booth and talked with a very interesting young lady. She was very knowledgeable, told me exactly what I needed, and I'm going to show you what it is probably tomorrow. If you'd like videos like this to keep going, comment below. Mostly, you know, I do Motorman's tips, but if you'd like some little bit more personal stuff, and I'm going to show you some things that I'm going to be doing with the new bike. If you're interested, comment below, and I'll show you what I've got.